Hello everybody, I am Benjamin Magnus, and today we're going to be starting a new game playing Hearts of Iron 3 with the BlackICE mod. And we're not just playing the regular BlackICE mod, we're playing the very new version, 8.0 beta. 8.0 adds a lot of extra stuff to the game that the previous version of the mod did not have. It makes some fundamental changes to division structure and things like that. So we're going to hop right into the game as Germany and get started. Now, if you've never played the BlackICE mod, it's going to be a little Greek to you. You're not really going to understand what's going on, but I was the exact same way when I first started playing BlackICE in my Japan series. For the first few episodes, I didn't really understand what was going on around me, but I picked it up pretty quickly, and, you know, by like 10 or 15 episodes in, I had a pretty general understanding of what was going on. And the very first thing that you definitely got to do is there's a lot of decisions to make that will affect how the game plays out, and I'm okay at this game. I'm not great at it. I like to win, but I like it to be a nice, good challenge for me. So we're gonna try to set up the game that is so that it's difficult but still winnable. So we're just gonna start going through the list here. There's a lot of stuff to do. Some of this is important, some of it's not so much. So we're going to pick our espionage focus for the first year here, and I actually pretty sure I'm just gonna go with extra spies, because our national unity is pretty high. Don't particularly need any intelligence on anybody. Can always reduce our neutrality. But the game's kind of on rails, so that's not a huge deal. So let's just do extra spies. That'll give us more spies to work with early game. Quick economic boost. I always go with short-term investment, more IC but less money. And I always feel like IC is more important, so we're gonna go with that. The military academy, and hang on a second, I think that'll pop up, I thought. Is needed to get access to HQ technologies. Okay, so we have the military academy. I think it pops up here somewhere. Military academy, less money. It's in Potsdam. So you basically trade money for officer recruitment, but that's pretty good. Now we're gonna do airports, railways, and road networks. Basically, are going to improve things like supply throughput and organization, things like that. So we're gonna grab all 3 levels of those. We are not going to send help to Abyssinia because that would piss off the Italians, who are our allies, so we're going to do nothing. Yes, we have a start guide. I'm basically aware with it. This is your general setting to the game. I'm just going to go with normal. Normal. Bank of International Settlements. We're going to trade some supplies for some money. A little bit of something to work with. We're going to create the Kriegsmarine command structure. Nazi Germany's Naval High Command and highest and administrative and command authority for the Kriegsmarine. So yes, we are going to form the Kriegsmarine. And now we can create the Luftwaffe. Each responsible geographical areas of the Reich. Do not change the units' names or you will disrupt the chain of events. Okay, so yes, we're going to form the independent branch of the German Air Force. National recruiting policy, I usually like to go with, I prefer a more balanced, sane approach. Put it on this one, you get that starting experience, but starting experience is actually pretty easy to come by in this game. Not like in vanilla. So we're just going to go with, I prefer a more balanced, sane approach. Alright, now let's click off this. Yes, we did everything here. Click, 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 click. And now a whole bunch more stuff's going to become available. I figured this out the hard way. This stuff just keeps popping up for the first few minutes of your playthrough. The third yearly national focus. So yes, we can say we want to focus on the army, the tanks, Luftwaffe, the navy, resources, science, health and education, or resources. Now we're not going to be doing very much construction early game because our IC is so low, but we are going to be doing a lot of research. So I'm going to go with science. Examine our research centers. The term access is believed to have been first joined by Hungary's fascist regime minister, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so in November 1936, the term access was first officially used by Italian dictator Benito Mussolini, spoke of the Rome-German access arriving from the treaty friendship signed between Italy and Germany on October 36. Okay, so we can build some new research centers. Boost existing research centers. I don't know what these actually do. So let's build it and see what happens. Early on in the game, I feel like building things like that is going to be good. So what's blocked at the Rhineland? Once the home... I've never played Germany as in the BlackICE mod, so this is pretty new to me. Once the home front was secured, Hitler turned his attention to the foreign policy with 4 increasingly daring acts. On the 16th of March 1935, the Treaty of Versailles was violated by Germany as military conscription was reintroduced. The treaty stated that German army should not exceed 100,000 men. When nothing more than official protests from England and France followed, Hitler proceeded a year later on March 736 to occupy the demilitarized Rhineland, again violating the treaty. So we can reoccupy the Rhineland, or no war. So that'll give us metal and energy, basically gets us a lot of things like industry and resources in the Rhineland. So yeah, we're going to do that. And now we're going to choose difficulty settings for the AI in the game. Now, China. We're going to make China really easy, so hopefully Japan doesn't have too much trouble over there. Japan, we're going to put on normal. Let's see. Italian, we're going to put on normal. Western allies, let's see. For US and UK... Now, I'm not very good at this. I'm going to put these guys on easy, I think. Normal. Easy, normal. Well, the US scares the bejesus out of me, but let's put them on normal. And let's make the Soviets a little easier to deal with. Yeah, I like that. The Soviets are hard to deal with no matter what. I mean, this game is supposed to be set on... You're supposed to play it on, like, hard, but I am not that good. I like to win, but I like it to be a really tough struggle. I don't like to get the shit slapped out of me. So, again, I haven't even ticked an hour off the game yet. Now, diplomacy, automate trade, and leave the rest... Actually, AI can... No, let's leave this on normal for diplomacy. Production, a lot of stuff on here already, a lot of planes and a couple ships. So we're going to leave this as it is for now. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Technology, this is going to be very important. We'll actually revisit this in a second. I'm actually put the politics on AI control. And intelligence, let's see. Our own spy priority, we're going to, counter espionage. And what we're going to want to do is, let's see, neighbors, or allies. France, we're going to make France very important. What we're going to do is... disrupt national unity. That's what we're going to do here. So hopefully that'll make France easier to... It'll make them more, more prone to capitulate when you take their victory points if you disrupt their national unity. So we're going to try that. Alrighty. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is spend, well, production-wise, let's see. Let's put this on. I like to put it on prioritize upgrades because this usually puts everything kind of where it needs to be. Prioritize upgrades is easily my favorite AI control for your IC here. Now we're going to have to look at technology. We're going to give this a nice long look here. We don't have a lot to work with, honestly. Great Depression effect, minus 55. So we're going to, let's say, we definitely want some espionage. And we definitely want some diplomacy. Officers, we're probably going to, let's leave that on like 2 as well. That leaves us very little research, but hopefully the Great Depression effects will go away pretty soon, and it's not going to affect us too badly. Now, there is a ton of tech on here. I'm wondering if I should go through this and show you everything, or... No, I think I probably just, because setting this, all this tech, there's a lot of tech, so I think I'm just going to go through this, and then I'll cut back and show you basically what I did. I actually didn't pick out quite as many techs as I expected to, but it is pretty early on in the game, and I don't have a lot of leadership to work with. I mean, it'll go up eventually. I picked 41 projects. I can only work on 13, but most of them are things that will improve the country, not necessarily the military. So let's actually unpause the game, finally, and start working on this. Now, organization is definitely going to be a priority, because we have, like, if we look at our air units here, we have a ton of them. Can we select them all? Oh, I just hit Control-A like it would do something. No, because a lot of them are singles. So let's just, let's go through and grab all of the planes, actually. I'm going to try to grab them all, see if I can, and basically bring them to one airbase so that I can break them up into squadrons that I want to work with. Let's see, and there's some here, and there's some there. So let's do this. Let's tell everybody to rebase right next to Berlin here. Because right now it's just a mess of planes all over the place, and hopefully this will make it easier to work with. I don't even know what I have, but if we merge everybody together, it'll be really easy to see what we're working with. Alright, so to merge all those planes, yeah, that was everybody. We have 25 squadrons. Now let's see what we're working with. Now, if it organized these, that would be nice, but it doesn't look like it has. Alright, so we can start by breaking them up into different groups of what they are. So we take these transport planes. Alright, so we got 4 transport planes. Did I miss one? No, we're good. Let's create a new unit. Let's see, flying boat. Anything else? Nope, just the one flying boat. So why don't we... let's start by rebasing him somewhere useful. Whoa! Whoa, a bunch of stuff just popped up. Yeah, a lot of pop-ups tend to happen. It, like, calculates when things are going to happen at the start of a new day, so that's what just happened. So road network level 1, more national unity and organization regain. Right? Maybe this... A lot of times setting this up, so I might let this episode run a little longer than I normally would have. Organization, Great Depression effects. We have lost the Great Depression effects. That's very good. Regional land power. We have lost the effects of regional land power. Okay. Creation of battle commanders. Ooh, good. Battle commanders are like really, really, really good leaders. And they can definitely... Scharnhorst and Gneisenau. Is that how you pronounce that? Scharnhorst, I'm pretty sure is right, but Gneisenau? I think that's right. Operated together for much of the early portion of World War II, including sorties into the Atlantic to raid British merchant shipping. They were battle cruisers. I don't know. I always thought that German naval architecture was just like an absolutely wonderful thing. I just thought the German ships looked beautiful. So let's see. During the first operation, the 2 ships engaged the auxiliary cruiser HMS Rawalpindi. That's a hell of a name. In a short battle, Gneisenau and Scharnhorst participated in Operation Weserboom, which was the attack on Denmark and Norway, I guess. Weserboom. I'm terrible with pronunciation. German invasion of Norway. The 2 ships engaged the battle cruiser HMS Renown and sank the aircraft carrier HMS Glorious. The engagement, with the Glorious, Scharnhorst achieved one of the longest range naval gunfire hits in history. Gneisenau was damaged in action with Renown and later torpedoed by a British submarine off Norway. After successful raiding the Atlantic in 41, Gneisenau and her sister put into Brest, France. In early 42, the 2 ships made a daylight dash up the English Channel for occupied France and Germany. Okay, so what we're just going to do is pick... it was just a little history of the 2 German P-class battlecruisers here. We're going to pick the guns on them. So we can put 28-centimeter guns on the Scharnhorst and the Gneisenau, or we can put on 38-centimeter guns, but they're going to take 3 months longer to build. So we're definitely going to go with the big ones. And personality effects. Ooh, as Germany, personality effects I think might be bad, but we're going to leave those on. Berghof. Home, retreat of the Bavarian Alps near Berchtesgaden. Other than the Wolf in East Prussia, have spent most of the time in Bergdorf and anywhere else during World War II. Also one of the most widely known as headquarters. Okay, so I guess we can build his residence. It'll cost 5,000 supplies, 2,000 men. 1 manpower is 1,000 men. Lose IC for about a month, but gain a level 2 airbase, anti-aircraft guns, a radar station, and a fortress. Or why not? A scripted invasion. We are going to have scripted invasions on because the AI is not really good at taking care of invasions on their own, so we're going to allow those. Mon, which was a company basically that built tanks and guns and things like that. Supplies diesel engines for submarines, tank cylinders for projectiles and artillery of every description. Might also produce gun parts, including the Mauser K98 rifle bolts. Code the man works in okay, because 40% all Panther tank villages were produced there. Okay, so we can build Mon, the tank factory. We have again a level 1 tank factory in Nuremberg, and anti-aircraft guns in Nuremberg. We lose metal and supplies, but gain manpower. So tank factory, yes. Oh, excuse me there. We are going to have some tank factories. All right. Well, actually, what I think I'm going to do is wait till the next day ticks and see what happens. Yep. There we go. I thought something else might pop up here. So, Wehrmacht upgrade events. Yeah, you have to forgive my American pronunciation of everything. A series of historical Wehrmacht division upgrades, a number of Luftwaffe reorganization events. Raise the following infantry divisions to motorized, as well as upgrading the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Panzer divisions, and finally upgrading the 2nd motorized infantry and 13th motorized infantry to the 12th and 13th Panzer divisions. Remove the historical brigadier divisions from the map in order and replace them with the new divisions. The Luftwaffe organization Event removes and replaces. Okay, yeah, let's allow the events. Ah, okay, so you take an IC hit for most of the war, but basically you get free upgrades. We're gonna go with that. Kind of going to, okay, SS, the Schutzstaffel. So do we want historical division upgrades? Ahistorical full divisions. Or I don't want SS in my game, deactivate all SS relative stuff. I'm okay with it being in the game. We can have, although, historical division upgrades, Do we want ahistorical full divisions or historical division upgrades? Why don't we do ahistorical full divisions? Do you want revolts? No, I'm going to wimp out on that. I don't find the revolts terribly engaging. They're just kind of annoyances that pop up like every 6 months, so I'm gonna take wimping out on that one because I don't really find it adds much to the game. Henschel and Son. Okay, that's another aircraft, or tank factory, not aircraft factory. I saw Henschel and I was thinking Hinkle. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so we're gonna get another tank factory. Now let's let the game tick for another day and see what pops up on the 4th. All right, commander introduction. Okay, yes. Keep the maximum amount of battle commanders. Germany gets battle commander 3. I guess battle commander 2. Why don't we take the battle? Yeah, we're going to take the battle commanders because we're not really doing much at the beginning of the game. So the first year we're not going to be doing a lot of officer recruitment to begin with. So let's just keep the maximum amount of battle commanders because they're awesome. Krupp is pretty cool. We're definitely going to build Krupp. I have all these tank factories. Fascist Militia Brigade. Poorly armed with politically indoctrinated volunteers from various nations. Fascist militia units played a key role in the war behind the lines, fighting partisans and keeping supply lines clear. These units are quick and cheap to raise. They add a bonus to being good partisan fighters. Activate the unit or no need. I'm going to say no. Well, let's activate them. Surge of volunteers. National manpower modifier. Change of neutrality. So my neutrality goes down. And officer recruitment up. All right, let's let another day tick by and see what happens. So, new ministers. New ministers are always a good thing. Well, usually a good thing. Government secretary focus. Money. Party support. We're going to go with this and hope we get that leadership modifier. And let's let another tank factory, another day, couple days tick by at least. All right, so it doesn't look like we're pretty much done with the setup now. Now, where did it build those tank factories? It's going to show me on the resource map mode here. Major airbase, military academy. Oh, that's Berlin. Schweinfurt, so that's a ball bearing plant. Pharmaceutical. I don't think it actually shows me on the map where they are. I guess I probably could go through and find them. Steel refinery. Oh, okay, this is all new to me. Is this all BlackICE or not BlackICE? 8.0 stuff. I'm thinking. Oil refinery, oil rig. Rares extraction, coal mine, steel refinery. Interesting. It's like this place has a ton of coal mines, steel refineries. Interesting indeed. Rail terminus. Desperation defense. Heavy industry in Dortmund. I don't know what the heavy... I'm not exactly sure what a lot of this stuff does, but like I said, when you first start playing this game, it's kind of like all Greek, and it's a little hard to figure out. So let's see. Let's take a look at our command structure here. Well, let's go to theater map mode for starters. All right, so we've got 3 theaters. We got basically the Rhineland, kind of northern Germany over here, and let's call it Prussia and East Prussia. Let's see, who are we working with down here? He's got... not really have anybody... So, do you... I'm already getting confused as to I'm used to looking at the Japanese tiles, and I'm not exactly sure who's who or who belongs where, but we can at least start like by moving some of these divisions to places they need to be. Now, the transports are something that's very new to BlackICE. That's definitely a version 8.0 thing. So if you go to like a division creation, now you have horse transport, light vehicle transport, and truck transport. Now that adds like a speed bonus to your, or is it speed or is it mobility? I think it might add mobile. Well, let's start it by let's test it out. Division headquarters. That's an SS division headquarters, I think, actually. Let's actually test it out. Let's say, well, infantry. And does it give you the... Yeah, so that's an SS division headquarters right there. So we're going to put in, just for shits and giggles for right now while we're figuring this out, let's say infantry and artillery has changed a lot. It doesn't add a lot in terms of, you know, direct attack. It doesn't add, you know, those hard points, but it does have, like, really good modifiers. So now we have, you know, a really big defense modifier and some attack modifier in certain areas because we have artillery in there. And if we actually change it out for heavy artillery, okay, you can see that we're going to have much higher levels of defense and some better attack too. Definite good. Okay, so it looks like artillery is really bad at attacking into marshlands. But what about pack artillery? Pack artillery is better in the woods, in the forest. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, what you put into the vision is definitely very important. So let's just leave it like that. And then if we add in, say, horse transport. Now, did that add some combined arms? I don't think so. I didn't see anything change there by adding in horse transport. But it did change when I added in the light vehicles. That added mobile support, so a lot more combined arms. So what is the horse transport good for then? So can the horses, maybe the horses will haul pack artillery? I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research and figure that out for myself, because I know it's a different color. On the, you know, normally it's, and these are kind of color coded based on what they do. And it's a different, the horse transport's different than the light and the regular truck transport. Maybe, not really seeing, well, let's for starters, let's take off the horse transport here. Amphibious attack, Definitely gonna have to put in a little bit of research to this because I'm not exactly sure how that works. You know, the light vehicles and the trucks definitely added mobile support for the division to give them a really nice combined arms bonus. But like if you put in anti-aircraft, nothing popped up. Yeah, it doesn't look like it does much. See, the anti-aircraft doesn't give me a bonus there. I don't see anything. I didn't see, well, maybe tackle help, but maybe, no? Oh, well, I guess I'll figure it off. I'll do some reading off screen and I'll figure that out. Got a lot of stuff building. Let's see, we got some artillery here. I wonder why that's in red. I honestly have no idea. So we have cavalry with some artillery and some horse transport. So a lot of horses here. What else do I have here? Let's, the 1st Infantry Division. All right, so let's move him towards the front lines. I mean, not really too much of a reason to have them at the front lines right now, but we'll move them there so that we know where they are and whatnot. Oh, and we have some Navy here. We have some old pre-dreadnought coastal battleships here, some torpedo boats, and a passenger ship. Over here, we should have most of the Kriegsmarine. The Graf Spee, Admiral Scheer, Deutschland. Looks like some U-boats, some cruisers, and a commerce raider. Very small navy in 36, but we're going to work on that. So, what we're going to need to do is come up with a plan for the future. Now, we're clearly going to annex Austria. We're going to try to do the Treaty of Munich, and we're going to try to take Czechoslovakia. And you know, we're going to do the normal Germany things in World War II. We're going to storm through. We're going to do the Schleifen plan, as it's called. We're going to storm through the lowlands here, and we're going to try to make a sprint for Paris, and hopefully we can disrupt their national unity to a point where it's going to fall as soon as Paris falls. And I believe there's going to be a lot of event pop-ups in this game. Like I said, I haven't played as Germany before. Off screen, I might do a little unit movement here and there just to get things a little straightened out. Definitely going to do that. Well, we could actually start now. I mean, we're about the normal length of one of my episodes, but that's okay. We could start figuring this out. Why is this in yellow? This name can be edited to it. Ah, you know what I bet? Did they color code it? Or is that just a normal pop-up? I'm honestly not sure. Huh. I'm gonna have to figure out what these color codes mean. For a second there, I thought it was actually a little warning like, don't rename this unit, but I don't know if that's actually a thing. So let's start actually redeploying our forces to where they need to be. That'll make it easier to, you know, fix my command and control structure here. Alright, so I had 1, 2, 3, we're gonna send you right over here. Now, these garrison units are basically going to be left in big cities and on ports and things like that. Let's see, we've got... Why don't we move all you guys right down this way? Let's see, you right over here. Now, I got to check something again. Division. Ah, yes. Because units need transports now, they actually did increase the amount of brigades allowed in them. So you can have, instead of 6, 7, and then later on 8 instead of 7. So you can have up to 8 brigades. I actually noticed this window looked a little bigger when I was messing around here. Alright, I know something else in here. Ah, you can, SA, here we go. Those that, we can build those now. I believe, no, I can't remember what it actually stands for, but if my memory serves correctly, the SA was basically the German military in the interwar period. So let's take you guys and move you over here. Actually, I can grab you and move you over here. You are attached straight. Now, I don't. The command structures I always find weird because they got, like, it's okay, and then you know this is set up right, and then it's like, why are there infantry divisions stuck directly onto the theater instead of going through the proper channels there? I do not know. And we got a little distracted, and we forgot about this too. So why don't we work on our interceptors a little? So we have, looks like 6 of them. Not bad to start with. And what do we just build? Oh, a ton of bombers just constructed. So let's just throw everybody together. That way we can go through and organize them proper-like. Transport planes. Oh, we didn't... Oh, let's merge them together. That way we can see them all on the same list here. So we got some more flying boats. Alrighty, so we can take those guys... Oh, actually, these were all... Did I send them over here? I thought I did. Rebase over here. Rebase to the coast, friend. There you go. Cute little flying boats. Oh, and some fighter bombers just finished. Is it not? No, I think it is. I think it's working right. I just messed that up a little bit, but we'll get this sorted. So let's fighter bombers. We can, well, what's coming in the production queue here? A lot of stuff actually, and we should start putting our own stuff on here too. Some our own divisions that we can start working on. Plan Z, Germany's plan to have a fleet of 400, I think, ships. Pocket battleships might not be a bad idea. Battle cruisers, we can build Bismarck-class battleships right now if we want. Submarines are definitely going to be very important to us, very, very important to us. So we're going to want to start building some subs. Actually, let's do that. Let's say 3? Let's build 3 parallel to each other, and let's just put it on for a long time. Keep it going for a long time. And you know what else is a really good idea? And I always forget to do this. Is, and you know what, before I do, well, let me just tell you what I'm talking about. Building things like infrastructure, roads, and ports, and air bases takes a long time, especially if you need them on the fly. And you can't build them kind of beforehand like you could in vanilla because you can't really add them onto the list here. But you know what? Convoys are going to be important, so let's just do 2 times 10. Get those on the list. So, if we go to technology, is there any practical that affects construction of bases and stuff? Air unit doctrines, land combat, naval combat, air combat, industry, maybe industry, construction practical. I bet this affects it. So if you, let's say, we wanted to increase the size of the naval base here. Production. It's on there. Does it actually tell you anywhere what it will change practical? I don't think it does. I mean, I think it does if you go to float, if you like pick something here. Yeah, it tells you right there. Cruiser practice. Oh, no, yeah, it adds a little bit to it. It shows you right there, but I'm wondering if it's going to be worth it to kind of constantly have like a naval base, an air base, and some roads, some infrastructure building, so that way you keep your construction practicals up for when you need them later on in the game. So, you know, when you desperately need, you know, a high-level naval base, to supply troops for an invasion, or on a beachhead or something like that, then you would have them, you know, it would be easier to construct it when you need it. And I'm wondering if that's going to be a good idea to do that. I'm thinking it might be. Why don't we try that? Let's say build a nice big airport and infrastructure. Why don't we have one of those going at all times too, by just saying build, is it already level 100? Yeah, it's already 100 in most of Germany here. But we could say, like, go up to 100 there. And that way, it's always going to be constructing, like, always have a naval base, an air base, and some infrastructure going, so you get that construction practical kind of up and running for later on in the game. I think that's a good idea. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of work off-screen, actually, let me pause it. A little bit of work off-screen, just organizing my units a little bit the way I like them and kind of moving them around. And then tomorrow we'll just kind of pick it up right where we left off. Not going to probably actually pass any time, just maybe go in there and move some units around. So everybody, if you have enjoyed this episode, please just drop me a like. Leave those comments right down below. And if you are interested in more Benjamin Magnus plays, Hearts of Iron 3 with the BlackICE mod version 8.0, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys next time.